Hey, I'm Evan Cray, and I'm going to show you guys the movie prop rifles I'm making for my upcoming war movies. I also want to show you the evolution of my rifles and stuff. So let's get started. I'm going to start out with the first bolt-action rifle I made. It's actually the Kar98. It's got a scope. I bought this attachment at a gun show, so it fits the airsoft scope. I'm able to drill it onto the side of the rifle. But it's made out of just wood and PVC and sprinkler piping. Bolt actually opens. Made it work like that. And then it's got all the details into it. And actually, I also went to the gun show a few months ago and I bought a bayonet. It's not German, but it's Turkish, but hell, they're almost the same damn thing if you look at the design. From a distance, it looks like a German knife, except for the fact that it has the ring. But I did make a sling on it, so the knife fits onto it as a bayonet. So, yeah, that's the realistic. And also, as another effect too, like for instance, if I don't feel like taking the scope off of this, all I have to do is just fold it to the side, and you got yourself a regular Kar98. And it also has the back sight and foresight. As you can see, like that. It's pretty cool. It took me a while, but in the end, it's going to make a good prop. What it used to look like before, it wasn't a Kar98, but it was a Gewehr 43. What did I envious? Yeah, right now it's like cheap. The barrel's barely in there. PVC scope with cheaply made attachment. Cut job wasn't so good, as you can see, like right here. But you know, it works in the movies from a distance. It can be like a standby prop or like part of a gun that I can just throw around. So that's the Gewehr 43. And I'm going to show you the first model of this, but it's like an M1 Garand. It's supposed to be a Springfield, but I made it an M1 Garand with the scope. So it's very cheaply made, no PVC barrel, just cut out of the wood. Took me a long time, and I didn't have a jigsaw, so I cut it all by hand, which was kind of better because it doesn't have that much nicks in it. But this one had a giant hole in the wood, had a knot, and it fell out, so I have duct tape covering it. That's cheap. And this, another PVC scope. And when we were filming it, my friend dropped it, the scope fell off. So that's cheap. But I'm going to show you the evolution of it. This I just finished not too long ago, the Springfield rifle. Basically made it the same thing as the Kar98, the wood, PVC, the plastic sprinkler pipe. And then I didn't buy anything from the gun show for this one, but I did make the rail for the scope. Kind of hard to make, but it's just a steel rail, and then just spent a lot of time drilling it and making it fit onto this. And then it's also duct taped to it, but from even right here it doesn't really look like it is. But I added all small details to it to make it more realistic, like fire safety right here, and the bolt and everything. With this one too, the bolt actually opens. Has a kind of realistic sound to it. But I also added all this stuff to it to make it more realistic looking. Although I don't have the steel work to work with, but hey, it's flexible and it works. And I'd say my greatest thing, I'll show you what it used to look like. It's the MG34. This was my first MG34. Just a long PVC barrel with a cheaply made sight. It used to have a door with a hatch on it, big ass handle, and the buttstock is not how it's really supposed to look. So it wasn't that good. And then I met someone on MySpace that was able to give me some tips on how to make a better one. And I really thank them because it really helps to make the movie look more authentic. Once again, thanks you guys. Thanks to Ken the artist and all his friends. So that was the first one. Now I'll show you the evolution. This is my new MG34. It's got the holes drilled out in it. It's got the cone barrel at the front, and it's also got the bipod. It's not the same as how they explained it in the video, but it still rotates, tilts side to side, up and down. It's even got the thing right there to partially lock it in place, but I'm probably just going to have it stationary most of the time. It's got a back sight right here, folds up and down, although it doesn't really actually aim anything, it still adds for effect. And I also added some of the details for like where it feeds. The door actually opens and closes. It's actually got a better grip right here. It's got the double trigger, the single fire, and full auto. And you got the cock right there. It's not the bolt right there. It's not actually movable. But as you can see, the buttstock looks way better than it does in the other one. It's actually thinner, more life size. So just go like this and just make it look real. So those are my props, the new ones at least. I'm in the process of making an M1 Garand. The M1 Garand has just the PVC. It actually pulls back. It's not going to be able to with the gas operated ones do, but it still works pretty good. Hopefully it will, but I'll show you guys that when it's done. But right now I'm going to try and do a test film so I can see how my Springfield sniper rifle and everything else will work out. It's probably going to be just a few minutes long, but I'm also just going to show you my airborne costume. It's for reenactors. Don't criticize me, it's not the actual stuff. I'd say the only thing that's realistic enough for me is the belt and the helmet. So just work with me here. That's my costume right there. It's just the jacket with the M1 Garand bandolier, M1 Garand pouch, belt, first medic's pouch, or first aid. Got the pistol holster, got the map bag right here, and got a canteen on the other side of it. And then this, I just finished putting this together. I bought it from the Victory Surplus store. It was just the green helmet. It's better than the one I have right here. This is actually Vietnam green, so it doesn't really fit in, but it's still one of my favorite helmets because it's my first one I ever bought. And this one is actually a Dutch helmet, but it's based off the American helmet design. It doesn't have a brown liner, and it's got a gray liner. I had to paint the strap brown because it was gray, but I did all the painting myself. I just cut out a design on paper and spray painted it with a white primer, and so it's got all the symbols on it. And I bought the net, full bag of it, as you can see right there next to my work shirt. But yeah, so turned out looking pretty cool. It's gonna look cool in the movies. And then, so yeah, that's